right, when you go to take a picture of your object, you're going to need a few different items. You're going to want your MacBook. You're going to want the object that you're photographing that you want to draw and do your shaded drawing of. You're going to need a light source, like a lamp, and you're going to want a clean background. So I'm using a piece of paper. You might use like a sheet or find like a blank wall that you could set this next to, because we want to have a really clear light source. Here's my photo station at my house. I took 2 of the final art papers or final drawing papers from my sketchbook. I set one against the wall, one against the counter. I borrowed a lamp, and I have my MacBook to take my photo. I could also use like a flashlight if I didn't have a lamp to use as my light source. And then I took my picture. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set our object and decide what direction we want it to be. So for this, I would rather draw it with the handle straight on. For this one, instead of drawing Clifford straight on, I might set him at an angle. But if I look at it this way, his face is in shadow, so I would want to have him facing the light. Okay, so decide how you want to photograph it. I'm going to go with this one for today. And then you also need to decide where your light is going to be placed. So do you want it far away? Do you want it to be closer? I'm personally going to set it up like this, where it's coming from the right side, since that's what we've been practicing with our practices. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to open up Photo Booth. So if we go on our MacBook, we find the Photo Booth app. Okay, we're going to click and make it full screen, and then we're going to turn our computer around so it is facing our object like this. Next, I need to turn out the light. Because I want a strong light source to help me draw, I can only have one light on, so I have to turn all other lights off. You can see that this is on the screen. I check to see, can I see it? I might adjust my light source just a little bit. Okay, it looks good, so I hit the return key. So I'm gonna hit the return key next. It's gonna take the picture, and I might try a couple of photos with it, so I might need to like tilt this. Or maybe I try a second object just to make sure I've got a backup in case, so I can kind of look at my screen, see how it looks, see how the light looks. I go ahead and hit return. Once you've taken your photo, you're going to find it in Photo Booth. It'll still be in photo mode, but if you look down below here, you can see your pictures. You're going to grab and drag those to your desktop. Okay. Then we're going to quit Photo Booth, so we can go up to Photo Booth, quit Photo Booth, and we can go into our Photos app. So we're going to drag and drop our photos into the Photos app. Once it's done importing, you're going to double click them. If you're in your photos, you might have to scroll to find them, but they should be there. Now looking at this, too much of Clifford is in shadow, so I'm not going to use this one. But this one looks good. So this is going to be the object that I choose to do for my project. So the next thing we're going to do is up here in the top right hand corner is the word edit. Now if you are full screen like this, you won't see it unless you move your cursor to the top of your screen. We click on the word edit, then we go up to the word crop. Okay, so we are going to be working on a rectangle piece of paper. So we want to keep our space a rectangle. However, we do want to try and have it fill the space. So you can see I'm zooming in here with my rectangle. So it's a 9 by 12 piece of paper. And we can even fix our, when we go to crop it, we can even do a custom cropping. So if I go over here, I can do custom, and I could say it's 12 inches by 9 inches. So that would match our paper, right? So under crop on the right hand side, there's the word aspect. If you do click on the down arrow, there's the word custom, and I can switch this to 12 by 9. Now, if you had something that was vertical, if I'd rather focus on it like this and make my drawing even bigger, I could. I want to include the cast shadow, so I'm going to have it be horizontal. So the rectangles over here let you switch between vertical and horizontal. And again, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more to try and make this nice and big. I do want to go in and switch it to grayscale. So this time I'm going to click on edit. I'm going to go to filters, and I'm going to select either noir, Silvertone, or mono. So I want you to click on those and see which one gives you the best range of contrast, which it's this one for me. And then I'm going to keep this saved in my Photos app, or I can drag it to my desktop so I can find it easily when I'm drawing it. So I'm just going to drag that to my desktop there, and now I have it ready for when we start to draw our final object.